Oh, I was born to the streets, actually. Yeah, my first 4 years of my life was the streets. And then I went to my grandma's house at 4 years old, and then she kicked me out at 13, and I've been on the streets ever since. But yeah.
Since 13, did you just say?
Yeah.
How did you cope with that? Like, where did you go at 13? Who did you hang around?
I got myself a tent, and I ended up sleeping on the side of a freeway. Basically, so there was a freeway wall, and then there was these neighborhood. There was a wall right here that was like all the houses on the other side, and I just slept right, put my tent right up there.
That's a shame, man.
It is what it is, you know. But I've had different jobs, different places. I did violin fighting for a year and a half. So it's just been ups and downs. I haven't been on the streets this whole time. So you know, it's been on and off.
How do you cope with it right now on a day-to-day basis?
A day-to-day basis.
How do you get through every day?
I just try to stay positive. My music is amazing. I am very, 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 very blessed to be able to have the talent that I do on the violin.
Can you play a good one for us? Oh, heck yeah, man. Thank you.
It's not going to sound the best because if I have only one, I'm missing a string, and I don't have any rosin, but... All right, so... Without rosin, okay, so if you buy a brand new bow and it has no rosin on it right there, you're not going to make any noise on the violin.
Really?
It's what brings out the sound.
How'd you learn violin?
Well, I started off with piano. I did 3 years of piano, and my piano teacher, she had a violin, and she told me not to touch it.
Dang.
So being a little kid, I had to.
Hey.
You know, and I picked it up, and I just started playing it, and I fell in love with it.
You from out here?
Born and raised in Long Beach, actually.
Why not on Long Beach anymore?
I'd be bouncing around all the time. I've been playing violin all around Orange County and LA County for years and years and years now.
Do you like busk?
Yeah, I play in front of. I've played at every major grocery shopping center throughout Orange County and LA County.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, I've actually got really, really well known for it.
Are you like classically trained?
Yeah, most definitely.
Are you on the internet at all? Like,
I have a virtual reality concert.
Ooh.
That's actually. I think it was actually might have been through you guys somewhere. Or do you guys work for FLASA or?
No.
No, yeah.
We're just independent.
All right, so this is a different piece that I created. Just so you know, I love you.
You got a lot of guys walking around here. Like, you ever get any trouble from anybody?
All the time, actually.
Really?
Yeah. At least they try to give me problems.
You're pretty good at defending yourself.
I've been on off the streets almost all my life, so you know, and so for the most part, that and I don't usually give people problems, so
that's fair.
You know, so. But I do have people try to give me problems all the time. But usually by the end of it, they realize that they don't want it. You know?
Aerials?
Aerials.
I think that song's called Aerials. I love that song. Yeah.
That's a cool song.
Yeah.
I can also do like, have you ever heard of Wax?
No. I'm down to hear it.
There's a song called Dispenser Girl.
All right.
Let's see here. Oh, Lil Wayne, You're on the Wall.
Can I ask you something, man? Oh, with all this stuff going around here, like, what do you think stops this? Like, how does this end?
Okay, so I found out this a long time ago, and it saddens me because there shouldn't be any homeless at all. Long time ago, I was talking to this guy, and he told me for basically, and this is a known fact, but for there are so many abandoned houses and abandoned buildings that every single last person in America could have 7 to themselves. 7 houses to themselves. Each and every single last one of us could have 7 houses to ourselves. That's how many abandoned houses and buildings are. There really shouldn't be any homeless.
Why don't you stay in like an abandoned house then? What stops
I've
you?
actually have stayed in abandoned places before. But, there's a thing called squatters' rights.
Oh yeah, I know squatters' rights.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you basically if you get a piece of mail sent to the place and you pay for the electric or water bill for like a month, they have to give you an eviction notice. And then if you're fixing up the place and you're making it look better and they give basically you get a chance to take over the lease.
Have you done that? Has it like worked? Or do you know anyone that's done that?
I've known like 1 or 2 people who've done it and it actually works. Me personally, I do horrible with cops showing up and stuff. So.
That's fair.
How long do you need to be at a place till you get squatters' rights?
Squatters' rights. Basically, you just have to have at least. I mean, so you have to have a piece of mail going there. You know, you have to have a piece of mail, and you have to have paid for the electric bill for at least 1 month because of it shows. So technically, I'm guessing technically a month basically, but the piece of mail going there and the you paying for the water bill for the month is what gives you the squatters' rights. So.
Can I ask you too? Because just a block away from here, man, there's all these people out, and it's such a nice neighborhood over there. Why do you think they're so apathetic to what's happening right here?
Apathetic? What does that mean?
Why do you think they don't care?
Oh, because maybe they may never have been on the streets themselves. Maybe they don't really know anything about this lifestyle, you know. And also maybe they've just heard so much bad stuff about the homeless and stuff that they don't care about because it's just we're scumbags.
What do you think they're hearing about the homeless?
Well, I mean, most people a lot of times they like to complain about us. You know, they took out like out in Long Beach and stuff. They took almost all the trash cans out and stuff, just to give a reason to complain about us. You know, because like now we don't like you took away all the trash cans. So, but before when it's like if somebody was sitting right next to a trash can, they'd put their trash inside of the trash can. That trash can is no longer there, so they just leave a mess. So you know, it just gives them another reason to complain about us.
So it seems like they're treating homeless people like a nuisance rather than just other people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, homeless people are definitely treated differently way differently a lot.
What would you like to say to those people that might not understand what it's like on the streets? How would you describe it?
Well, if they could sit there and try to put themselves into our shoes and think about, just like literally think about what it would be like for them to be homeless and how they would want to be treated. You know? Would they want people coming by and just looking at them like scumbags just because they're don't have a place to live? You know, and just try to think of like, try to put yourself into that other person's shoes, basically. You know, try to see what your life, try to envision your life, what it would be like if you were homeless. You know,
Because a lot of people aren't as far off as they think, right?
no, not at all.
We're all just a couple paychecks away potentially.
Over the years, I don't really kick it with too many people anymore. Just because of, I don't know, for years and years and years, with my violin, I did hotels and I took care of a lot of those. I took care of a lot of people, the homeless people out on the streets and shit. Most of them fucked me over and stuff. So, yeah.
Is it hard to trust people out here?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Most of the time, people cause problems. So, like most of the time, like if I'm going to sleep, I don't try to sleep next to anybody. Like around, especially if I'm with me, if it's me and a lady. If I'm with my lady, I try to pick a spot that nobody else is at.
Have you seen madness out here? Or?
Like madness, like people just freaking out.
Like insanity, yeah.
Like, you see it everywhere, but sometimes some people it's just an act. Like they'll act crazy, especially women. Women is a defense mechanism for women out here. They'll act completely not just batshit crazy just because they don't want to talk to a guy, you know, which is understandable just because they get, they have it hard out here. They do.
Who did you learn from at 13 when you were on your own? How did you kind of figure out life and stuff?
Well, due to the fact that the first 4 years of my life was the streets, it sort of just came naturally. You know, like when you're young, you take in everything. You know, even as a baby, you take in everything. You know, so first 4 years of my life was the streets. That's what I've seen all the time. And so when I first went to the streets, I didn't freak out. Like most people would probably freak out at 13 years old, and wouldn't know what to do. You know, but it was a natural thing for me because that's what I the first 4 years of my life was. That's what I seen was the streets.
Man, that's incredible. That's incredible. It's incredible resiliency you have, man. Both you guys.
It's not easy out here. I've had an RV burnt down out in San Pedro. I've had many multiple vehicles taken away from me, getting towed and stuff. But,
how long you been out here, like in Skid?
Oh, Skid Row? Just this last week. I've been coming in and out of Skid Row for years, though. Yeah.
Where were you before?
Long Beach.
Oh, you're okay.
Do you have any stories from out here at Skid Row?
Skid Row?
Skid Row stories.
Not really. Just more of a, like bobbing around Skid Row. There's Skid Row is one of the places where you will see people doing drugs out in the open. It's one of the, besides Santa Monica and like Venice Beach area, where you'll just see random, like, I don't know, like people just running down the street naked and stuff like that. But,
would you have any advice for somebody? Maybe it's like a 13-year-old kid that went through the same thing you did. Any advice for him?
Stay positive. If they're on drugs, try to get off the drugs. Don't ever give up, you know. And I don't know, like find something that's going to take them away from this lifestyle.
And one more thing, do you have a message for the government here in LA? Like, do you have a message, or for Gavin Newsom, or for anybody, for something they should do about this?
Start programs that would actually help the homeless get off the streets. You know, I don't know. For instance, for me personally, music's my life, and well, my person in this world can tell me different. I know that one day that I'm gonna, violin dubstep rap is what I'm getting into, and I'm gonna have a lot of money. I'm gonna have a lot of money, and I wanted to buy as many band houses, as many band buildings as I could, just to get people off the streets, as many people off the streets as I could. But I was gonna do it in a way where, because some people like this lifestyle out here, and then there's people who don't like this lifestyle out here, but they're just a victim to it, you know. And for like people who wanted to get off the streets and everything like that, I would put them in a little bit. Obviously, they would. I'd put them in a different building from the people who didn't want to, who didn't care to, get off the streets, or because that way, they didn't have to be around. Basically, the reason being is because like a lot of times, okay, people who like to live like this and they like this type of lifestyle out here, a lot of times they won't care about, like, say if they got a place, they would thrash the place. You know, they would tear it up, and you know, which wouldn't, that right there, for people who are actually trying to get their lives together and stuff like that, and don't like being around that, I would, you know, it would give them a different opportunity. That way, didn't have to be around all that type of stuff. But within, and also like giving the ones who didn't care to get off the streets and did like this lifestyle, they would always have a place to go back to, keep their stuff. They could come back, have a place to go take a shower, you know, and stay if they wanted to, but leave if they wanted to, you know. And obviously those buildings that I had for that group of people, I would help fix those buildings up like 3 different times, and after those 3 different times, they would have to live with however they took care of it, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That way, you know, the people who were actually trying to get their lives together and didn't like this type of lifestyle and weren't trying to be, they didn't like you know, weren't gonna mess up their place and everything and wanted to keep it nice, they didn't have to be around that, you know, and giving them a better opportunity, you know.
I like that. Why do you think there's some people, like you said, that would rather live out on the street? What's the mentality there?
Well, I don't know. Some people just they like being outdoors. You know, some people they like the drug life. You know, others they've just been out here for so long that they don't know anything else. You know, our generation doesn't have too much respect these days. It's a big problem. You know, like but it's also with the older generations, we you know, I don't know. I'm sort of fear for the younger generations. I do, just because of the message that the media puts out there, and you know, even the music industry. You know, the message that we have put out there. It's not the right message for, you know. It isn't.
I agree, man. Yeah, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. That was fantastic, and I really hope that has an impact, because you said some powerful stuff there.